Let's talk about it. We got lots to say. Let's talk about it.
Well, good evening and welcome to Let's Talk About It, a great show that we do once a week here in New Orleans, and we've moved into the legendary Moxie Media studio out in Harahan, Louisiana. Look at us, huh?
We like George and Wheezy. I mean,
I feel bad I don't have my new clothes on.
I know, really.
My name is Willie Mackie. I'll be your co-host tonight. And before we get into the show, we have a wonderful, wonderful show for you tonight. But before we do that, I want to introduce my best friend, the lady I love the most, the hostess with the mostest. Y'all put your hands together for Miss Misti Gaither.
Hey, everybody. How you doing tonight? And it is such an honor and a privilege to be here at Moxie Media Studios. And if you know, you have, those of you who have watched us for a while,
Yes.
we have been vagabonds. We have been, but I say vagabonds, but you know what? One of the reasons that I wanted to have it where we were at different locations wasn't just about the show, but to help promote the businesses and
yes,
stuff. We had it at your place.
Yes,
And I'm
100
sure we'll have
times.
millions of times in different places to kind of bring awareness and maybe some business and just enlightenment about it.
Yeah, just to bring the community into it, and that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
And we did a very successful job of that, and still do, by the way.
Yeah, and I mean, we won't be here every week
Right.
because the 13th will be at the Always.
Yes.
Because it is Lefty Lucy's 40th birthday.
Oh, wow.
And so we are the opening act for her burlesque bingo. And guess who will be our special guest that day?
Who's that?
Scoot on the air.
Man, that is going to be fantastic.
He's
fun.
amazing.
Fantastic.
I want his hair.
Yes, doesn't he have the best hair?
He does.
And it was really cool because, I was saying, well, we have this date if you would like to come. And I said, and so what we normally do after the show, we do stay around to watch Lefty with her burlesque bingo. And he goes, burlesque bingo, I'm in. So he's going to hang out with us after the show, too.
He's a hoot, man. He's great.
So fun.
So if you've never been to burlesque bingo, first of all, shame on you.
I've never been.
Shame on you, but I hope you can come the 13th.
Okay, I'll go because I went to the other bingo and I won. Well, I slept bingo 4 times because of everything that was going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Who did that? Who does that?
Who does that?
Put on a bingo like that.
Yeah. What's up? So we, we're really excited about that. We also have our wonderful guest. She's no stranger to the show, Amy. And I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh, Duvoisin. You can just say Amy Kirk.
Amy Kirk.
No,
No, I can
maiden name, Captain Kirk.
Thank you for
Yeah.
that. Yes, I didn't want to say the Captain Kirk
Yeah,
thing,
you can
but
do
I
that.
didn't.
Oh, we're all old in this room. We know.
Are we
Get the
now?
joke.
Okay, Amy, there's the door. Nice doing business.
You'd be amazed how many people when I use that reference don't get it.
They don't get
sad.
the. I wonder what they have
do
no
they think?
reference to Kirk then.
It's very sad. I would say 1 out of 10. Still.
Really?
It's Captain Kirk, just blank stare.
Wow, who knew?
I'm sad, but it's okay. You got it.
I got it. That's all that matters. We did have to make a jab about my age, but
I'm
it's
just,
all good.
just glad
Don't
I
let
didn't
the
have
gray
to
hair
say
fool
it.
y'all.
I would have screwed that up.
Right. So we are here tonight, and I mean, we got a lot to talk about per usual. What about this $300,000? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't carry around that, pocket change. And it says here that the $300K is going to go to fight graffiti in New Orleans. Which I think is interesting, and I'm not getting off on it a lot, but, because they can't pay the children that did the jobs for them this summer. And I was just wondering if maybe the kids, surely they didn't make over $300K.
But why don't they use the kids to clean up the graffiti?
Willie Mackie.
Maybe
for
fill
mayor.
a few potholes too.
Maybe one.
Are you talking about putting the kids in the pothole?
The money.
Oh,
Yeah.
the money. Well, then they'd have that problem.
But I think if they
right, that's a
just
good
get the
idea.
kids to let them clean the graffiti and then pay the kids, because you're going to pay somebody to do it anyway.
Here's what you do.
Right.
You also have the kids and local artists do murals because it's known if you put a mural up, there's not going to be any graffiti.
Yeah.
Pretty much
The
so.
entire
Do it
thought
all.
of Elysian Fields in
Do it
St.
all.
Claude is nothing
It
but
should be
murals.
It should be murals.
Yeah,
Right.
nothing but murals.
And I just saw that kind of caught my eye because on the news it was about how that the vendors aren't being paid, the children, the kids that worked for the summer
program.
doing things, is not being paid. So I was just wondering, this $300K that would probably help.
It would balance out.
It would help.
It would balance out.
Right, and put the mean ones to work to scrub
Yeah.
the graffiti
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
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 The
The ones with the mouth.
The
I
meanies.
don't know. How do you determine that? Who's going to
Well-
run them through the mean?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
the ones with the mouth.
Yeah, they got.
So
you
you
can
could
pick
just do
them.
a
You
brief
can pick them
interview.
out really
The ones
quickly. Yeah.
like you're
Brief
running to
interview.
get in your car.
Yeah. You come here.
Right.
You
Come
come
on.
here. Yeah.
Come on to
You
get
can-
this graffiti now. Slow down. We're here though to talk about JPAS and all the wonderful things that are coming up, especially, and we're going to be shining a big spotlight on the view upstairs, which is a loosely kind of, but it's not like
Yeah.
historical. It's not about the fire, I should say.
I think that's the best way to say it, and it is a marketing nightmare. Trust me, because you can't. It sounds negative to say what something is not, right? But I mean, it's based on the upstairs lounge. That's why it's called the View Upstairs. It's written by a New Yorker. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying that anyone locally, you say upstairs, View Upstairs, and you have a photo of the French Quarter, they know you're talking about the upstairs lounge.
Right.
When I first saw ads for it in New York and was looking at some of the other ways it was advertised, it was always just advertised like this party, disco, and I was all like offended by that. So we had our first poster had a vintage image of patrons of the club and a few other more historical looking things. I have now downgraded this to a disco ball because having read the script, seen the play, talked to the playwright, talked to the director, we do want to make it super clear. See, that was the 101.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
there you go.
that's the original.
That
the
was
original-
that's-
that was
yeah.
our original.
Wow.
That's the real deal, right?
Yeah.
Right,
That's
yeah.
real. But the play, there's only maybe out of 150 minutes, or an hour and 50 minutes, I should say, so a little more than 2 hours of the play, 4 minutes is about the tragic ending of this bar. The rest of it is a celebration of the people who lived and loved in this bar.
Okay.
And it's told kind of through the eyes or through the experience and the journey of this cool millennial Wes who comes back to the city to, unbeknownst to him, he's renting that second floor because it's vacant. It's actually still vacant. It's the bar owners still use it for storage, but it doesn't have anything operating in it. So in this play, he wants to transform it into a retail store. He buys it not knowing the history, and then he basically time travels the way things happen in plays. He time travels to the evening at the upstairs lounge,
Oh
which
wow.
he doesn't know yet, and they don't know yet. It's the last evening, but he has this wonderful, beautiful, poetic, sexy glam rock experience because it's like the music's super cool. And just gets to know all these patrons and also realizes all that he doesn't know about queer history, all that he doesn't know about his own self. Like, he hasn't really ever had a conversation with anyone in a bar because he's just picking people up on his phone. So it's a beautiful examination, for lack of a better word, of just how intimacy has changed. Like, this was pre-AIDS. Everything was different.
True.
I just watched the Milk, about Harvey Milk, and it takes place in the same era. I recommend that to anybody. I recommend it to the whole cast, actually, as kind of to give you the sense of how different everything was. The bar was still being raided by the cops in those days. So not a lot of good things happened in those days. However, in this safe haven, the love and joy that they shared is so much more than this millennial boy who's like, hadn't really fallen in love yet, doesn't really know love. So it's got, it's got a really...
That's intriguing. It reminds me a lot, the setting that you just did, it reminds me a lot of a play I did. I did a monologue out of Slow Dance on the Killing Ground. And it was about this little kid named Randall who ran into a Jewish shop owner. And they were going back and forth telling the story about, what happened and how did you get to this point? And that monologue took me out. I couldn't believe it. When you get to the end of it, it's like you don't even know this little boy. You don't even know this Jewish man. You don't know the lady on the bus, but it all folds right in. You know, and that's exactly what it sounds like.
It's only what theater can do. You know,
Yes.
from when I started to read the script and I see that he like literally goes, this isn't really a spoiler alert. He opens, he pushes through this curtain that still has burn marks on it.
Wow.
He doesn't really notice
Yeah.
that, but you notice it.
Yeah.
And once he goes through that curtain and finds himself in 1973,
Yeah.
I mean, it gives you chills. And
Wow.
they don't know who he is. They don't know what a cell phone is. So there's some funny moments too. And then he gets all uppity with the cops and they're like, what are you doing, dude? But he's like, how he still doesn't understand that he's in 1973. So there's a good half hour of him adjusting to that reality
Yes.
and fighting against their reality and just being
Yes.
like, what are you talking about? You know?
I can't wait. I can't
Yeah.
wait.
When does it start? I know, but to tell our listeners.
I was going to say Captain Kirk will tell you with my reading glasses. No, September 8th. It opens Friday, September 8th. I made an S sound because I'm used to saying Saturday. So we skip Saturdays. It's not worth going in the weeds with you on this. However, you will notice when you go to the website, do not assume that we're doing Friday through Sundays as usual. We have a Friday, then a Sunday, then a Thursday, Friday, Saturday show.
Okay.
Something like that. I think I still got that wrong because we just changed it up a little bit. So there's only 5 performances. The Thursday night show, the one and only Thursday night show, Thursday, September 14th, is Industry Night. So you heard it here first. We do not check cards to see if you're a member of whatever industry. Just it's a broad term. So it's just think of it as the night you can get in for $20.
Oh, wow.
And just walk up. You know, you don't get to go online and pick your seat or do
Right,
anything fancy like that, but you get to walk up and be like Industry Night and then get your $20 ticket.
That's awesome.
$20. Oh, that's pretty
Mm-hmm.
good.
Man, you laid it out.
Show's over. You explained it
What
all.
else can I say?
You laid it out. That was absolutely
I mean, that
wonderful.
that just like.
I'm ready now.
Yeah, let's go.
and
Let's
it's-
camp out at the place.
Yeah.
There's still time, yeah.
So, and you know, in terms of being ready, like the dance. So here's the thing about it. As I keep trying to tell people, and as you pointed out wisely, it isn't about the fire. It takes place in the setting. It acknowledges it. It is certainly in honor of those lives lost, but it's more about celebrating their lives. Consequently, the opening night party is super fun. When I first read this, I'm not joking. We were literally going to have Royd Anderson, who did a beautiful documentary, at the show and showing his documentary before the play. No. The documentary will make you want to go home and just weep for about 3
yeah.
hours. So we're not doing that.
Yeah.
It is a disco party
Yeah.
because we are just acting like it is the night. It is any night at the upstairs lounge, which was full of joy and happiness and friendship and love. And so you were going to walk into a disco party. We're going to have disco music every night. We want people to wear their 70s favorites clothes.
Awesome.
We are,
Let's go.
when you walk into the theater, they're already going to be in place at the bar and you're just going to be acting like you have walked into the bar. So it has that vibe. We want you to come fully ready to experience that. So
is
wear your
awesome.
digs.
All
I
right.
need to order some because
I gotta
really
go pull
didn't
out my
have.
70s box.
I have
Yeah.
a sparkly shirt. I guess
That's
I
what
can
I
wear
did.
if I'm not wearing my leather.
I'm just
Early.
saying it. I
appreciate the offer from my heart, but
Goodness.
I think I've insulted you now twice. Should I go? I think accidentally. What should I say?
well, you know what? I think that I have came up with a good phrase about this. I'm moving on. If you know, maybe since I did the it's not about the fire.
That's right. You started right there.
Okay, and I've come up with another one.
Thank you.
It's a prequel.
Ooh.
I like that.
Right. Everybody loves a prequel.
It's the prequel.
It is.
I mean, if you think about it.
It's the before, not the after. What I say to people too is that so much about that, there's also misunderstanding that it was a hate crime, that it's pretty well known by anybody who's done the research. There's been a lot of books written about it, and there was a conference this summer for 3 days about it was the 50th anniversary. I should
Right,
have also
yes,
mentioned that. That's
yes.
huge. That's why we're kicking off our season with it. It was actually the publishers of the play reached out to our artistic director to be like, hey, the show's never been done in New Orleans. It takes place in New Orleans, and this is the 50th. So a lot of us went to the conference, learned a ton of stuff, and one of the important things is that the fire was 90% sure to have been set by a guy who was a patron from the lounge, who was very angry that night and left and committed suicide a year later.
Wow.
So that's all I'll tell you. There's plenty of other places to get that information.
Yeah.
But what I'm telling you that for is the fact that it will be written about and it will be said and it will be compared to things like the Orlando Club. There's even a line in the play where Wes mentions this stuff still happens.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm not trying to say that's wrong. It certainly is still a hate crime anytime you kill a bunch of innocent people. However, it wasn't as though
They
it
were
was
out
set
to
on
kill,
fire.
right, because they were gay.
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
But the hate
Yes.
came after. So afterwards, as everyone knows, nobody really cared who
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Nobody really cared who died. Nobody buried who died except for a few churches that were willing to.
Yeah.
On and on and on. So
Yeah.
when people will start to say things about it being this kind of crime or that, I'm like, really, the hate came after, and that's the pain of it. Is that, I mean, there was a lot of pain that happened that night, but it was just the aftermath up until Frank Perez wrote a really wonderful article about people still finding out that it may have been their relatives in that fire, because so many of them were closeted, or some of them just were practically homeless. You know, they lived around the streets and had lost touch with people.
Wow.
So the story continues with the Upstairs Lounge, and I would like to think if they saw this, they would be happy to see that we're focusing on just how
The
much
joy of it, yes. The joy of it, yeah.
Of the prequel, which kind of ironically, that last week one of our guests was Bobby Fiesler.
Oh,
He
yeah.
wrote Tinderbox.
Yes, he did. So I just saw somebody, he'd be happy to know one of our cast members was carrying that around at rehearsal the other day. So I haven't read it, but I know,
Yeah, it's very good, and you know.
Well, then you know more than I do if you had him as a guest, because he told you.
Well, I had researched it for years.
Yes.
So, I really, am into it. A tour, like.
Oh, y'all
been
didn't
up
tell
in
me
it
I was,
several
I
times.
was,
Yeah.
I was performing. Willie, right there. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
There you are. So we know, I was going to ask you about the cast. Now we know Marshall
Yes,
Harris, of
yes.
course. Marshall's a friend of mine, friend of the show. Also, Eddie Lockwood.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, Eddie Lockwood. If you could have seen him at rehearsal the other day
He's
dancing.
amazing.
His dancing. Marshall told me he just saw him perform recently as a drag queen at
At the GAA Awards.
Yes.
That's what I was going to tell you. Remember?
Yes.
Eddie was the one that would
Yes.
present the awards,
he's so
and he also
gorgeous.
performed amazing.
Now, he
So-
works at the Always Lounge,
He
right?
does. He's also in the Lefty Lucy's Burlesque.
Oh,
like her
okay.
assistant
Yeah.
and stuff.
I feel like now that I'm definitely going to follow whatever he does, because he's been delightful. He's our costume designer. So even some of these shoots that we did, he just pulled all that together for these. You know, I have to say, from a marketing standpoint, you have low expectations sometimes of certain things. Like, can I get the costume designer to get me some costumes 3, 4, 5 weeks early? I know the answer is going to be no. Not with Eddie Lockwood.
Wow.
He was like, I don't know, I'll get it together. He went, he pulled a bunch of stuff just so we could do this shoot outside the original Upstairs Lounge. The day after rehearsal started, they're all out there sweating August 6th, and it was thanks to him that they were even out there in costume. But I adore him. And then some of these photos of him dancing, there's several songs, but that particular song, which is called Sex on Legs,
I wrote that.
Oh, my God.
He has some amazing dance moves and is so stunning. There's one point where they lift him all
They
up.
are amazing, yes.
And Monica Ordonez, if I'm pronouncing that right, she's the director of Melange Dance Company, who did a dance piece called The Upstairs Lounge years ago. So she did a ton of research 10 years ago for the 40th anniversary. They performed it again for the 50th, and she's our choreographer. So it's really neat having someone in there she's kind of the resident historian for us, because she had so deeply researched it for her first dance performance. Anyway, she's the one behind all this amazing choreography. So you're going to see a lot of dancing. The songs are really cool because they really are like 70s glam rock. So there's sort of a vibe of, Queen and some other things. You're going to feel David Bowie-ish. And I just think that makes it, because a lot of people will be like, why are you doing a musical about this tragedy, which
The prequel.
Right?
Do you know how hard it is? When I was on stage, we wrote our own production, and it was called Behind the Footlights. And it was the exact same thing. These kids walk into this theater, and they open this chest, and every time they put on the costume, they become the person, right?
Yes, that's
Well, when I put
cool.
my hat on, I was doing "Get Me to the Church on Time," right? And I was singing it. And the last part, "Get me to the church." And when I fall back, and they lift me up, and I'm laid out, and they're marching me out of the theater while I'm singing "Get Me to the Church on Time." I say that to say, do you know how difficult it is to perform when you got 6 and 7 people holding you up?
No.
Because
singing.
And singing. And in your mind, the only thing you're saying is, I hope I didn't piss somebody off.
Right.
That is trust, right?
Yeah, the trust game.
Because I'm on the stage, and I literally had to fall back off of the
No.
stage
wow.
into the arms of 8
It's like
waiting
stage
people.
diving.
Stage diving, yeah.
You started it.
You're punk. You're so
I did,
punk.
yeah.
So punk rock.
But it's an incredible feat if you could pull it off. And if he's dancing and they lift him up,
lift him up.
I
It's
can't wait to see it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just a very fluid, and it takes place in a bar, in the upstairs lounge, right? So she has to do all these creative things, because otherwise they're just sitting at a bar, which works fine for film.
Yeah.
But you get 16 people on stage, you got to
Yeah.
keep doing something interesting. So she keeps it moving, and it's just delightful to see.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
Well, let me talk about our sponsors for a few minutes, and we'll talk some more about the production. Just want to say a big shout out to our sponsors, Bourbon Pride, for all of your pride needs and other things.
and Sudden Decadence
I
is
was gonna
tomorrow,
say,
so
yes.
Kicks off.
it kicks off tomorrow.
Start
Tonight,
so
it
go
kicks
down
off
there.
with the wet underwear contest.
That's where
we're
we were
missing
supposed to
it.
be.
What
I
time
mean-
does this end?
Oh,
You
Willie's
can't
like,
see-
okay,
We
goodbye.
can't see under the table, so we might all
Right,
be
we-
participating. Yeah.
Right, we all might
time
be
does
already
this
there. We
end?
don't know. But Bourbon Pride, and also their Slotaholic YouTube, and if you'll know, my Slotaholic cup, and it has fruit juice in it, and and it says sip, spin, and win, and I kept thinking it's sip, sit, and spin.
Oh my God.
And I keep thinking it's a slothaholic.
No, it's Slotaholic.
I'm more of a slothaholic.
Sloth? Yeah, no, it's
Stove
really
move
a
when I
great
drink,
YouTube channel. Y'all check it out.
Oh.
The Duffies, they do it, and they go to different casinos, and
Oh,
you know,
slot. I
it's
get
really
it.
like slot.
Almost like slut,
Oh,
but better.
I just call it alcohol.
Are you gonna have to edit
Look,
that
they gave
out?
it to me, and they're like, gave it to me, and they're like, well, if you just take the SLOT
Yes.
off, then you're good.
Yes.
No. Also, Area 51 Gallery. Thank you, Rocket, for all of your the merchandise, merch, pins, everything that you do for us. If you have an opening, a Mardi Gras ball, birthday, you want
Anything.
to do
Any
something
celebration.
different, yeah.
Any celebration.
Rocket will hook you up with magnets, pins. It's really great. I think you have one of our pins.
I
huh?
love your Let's Talk About It pin. It's
Yep.
proudly on my fridge.
See, boom, case closed. Chef Ron's Gumbo Stop, which we dearly love Chef Ron and all that he does. And if you want some award-winning gumbo, be sure to stop by Chef Ron's Gumbo Stop in Metairie. And we also have the Gulf South Chamber of Commerce, the LGBTQ Chamber of Commerce. Great organization. You like networking with like-minded individuals, and they always do events. Or even you're like, well, my business is not big enough, or it's just me. You can still join.
We
It's
just
really
joined.
economical.
JPAS just joined
Really?
last week. I've been talking to Andrea for 2 years, and we
Oh,
finally
wow.
joined. And we only have a staff of, I think, 8 full-time. But I was happy just within like a day, just as a full commercial for them, unsolicited.
Right.
Within the day of joining, I was able to go in. You can send 50 emails to people of your choice. And I talked to Dustin at Communify. He had gotten it because I was like, I just want to know if people even got those. And then they have other places you can post on the page. And I just found like immediately, unlike a lot of places, you're like waiting for the newsletter, waiting for the event. They have a really user-friendly website, and I just want to say shout out to them.
Right. Really great organization. We're also sponsors, and they sponsor us, so we're good. So I really enjoy what they do. And like I said, they're like-minded individuals, allies. If you're in the community, it doesn't matter. Just everybody getting together and helping each other. Louisiana Pizza Kitchen Uptown, they won Restaurant of the Year for the
did they?
Gay
Wow.
Appreciation
Wow.
Awards.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Rob.
Yeah.
And Rob just jetted off, or maybe he's back now to London, Mario, England. Congratulations on that. And we film on Wednesday. We record on Wednesdays now. So you'll be watching this, though, on Thursday. So next Wednesday, be sure to consider LPK Uptown, because it is Wednesdays at LPK.
That's awesome.
Half
I
off,
love saying
all adult.
LPK.
Yeah,
That is
Uptown.
cool. LPK Uptown. I have to
Uptown.
add the Uptown
Yes,
part?
you do.
Carrollton and St. Charles.
LPKU?
Yeah, LPKU. And then half off of their adult beverages and bottles of wine.
What
on
time does this
Wednesdays.
end?
I am not sure. 9-ish, 10-ish. Look, y'all are trying to ditch the show. Y'all can try to ditch me for wet underwear
Wet
contest.
underwear, yeah. And
Y'all
now
trying to ditch me for that. Now y'all trying to ditch me for.
it's half off adult
I'll beat y'all there.
dead Mike.
Right. And then Brandon's like, wait, they said they would be right back. Crickets for the whole show. Now we're to the page. Willie Mackie's Bar, the corner of North Rampart and Toulouse. I always say the home of the signature drinks and cocktails. Wonderful bartenders who, you walk in, you feel really at home, friendly. One of my
Everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
almost. I just wish you'd quit calling me Norm, though. It's just.
See, I
We
hate
gotta
to
talk
say
to
it,
them.
but like not everybody gets that either. We are of the generation, my friend. It's a good thing.
It's a good
We
thing.
got Captain
they don't
Kirk,
know
we got
Norm.
Norm.
And we're nominated. We're a nominated bar now. We were nominated for a GAA award.
Did you win
Whip-
your GAA award?
No, I did not.
That
And
is not fair. And who
It
do I
is
talk
very
to?
fair. And you know what? It is very fair. I've won several times.
Okay, brag.
No. It's nothing like that. But no, what I was saying is, it's time.
Okay, fine.
It is time.
I don't know if I could vote for you, but I saw that you were nominated. Should I have voted somewhere? I don't get to vote for those.
Yeah, all you have to do is log in.
Well, and
I
my
guess
friend.
I didn't.
My friend.
It's probably my vote that screwed it.
No. Willie Mackie was nominated for Gay Man of the Year.
Yeah.
Very
And
deserving.
did you win?
I did not.
See,
but,
it's my
but,
fault.
But it is.
I take fault. This is
It's
my
an
fault.
honor
It
to
is.
be.
It is
your
because
fault.
that one vote.
Right? Wiz right there.
Yeah.
Everybody,
And they're like,
democracy
"Did
only
Amy?"
works.
And they're like, no, she's at the wet
Democracy
underwear
only
contest.
works if you use it.
Right, that is
Then they
right.
wouldn't even let me get the recount. I had to get my lawyer. It was a mess.
was
The
in Atlanta.
hanging chads.
Atlanta, right? We get that also.
Speaking of the underwear contest,
St.
Right.
Bernard Parish is still
Yeah.
counting. All that.
What's up with that? Also, I thought about this while you were talking about the upstairs lounge. We're also sponsored by the MCC Metropolitan Community Church.
Yes.
Which their pastor at the time,
Yes.
Reverend Troy Perry.
That is true.
He flew down from California and performed a lot of the services
Yes,
for
he did.
those that
Deceased, yeah. That's
and
aw-
so the
that's
church
awesome.
still, even to this day, they still carry on the tradition of caring about our community. And
Yes.
just, Pastor Lonnie Sheremy, wonderful pastor there. And they have church 10 a.m. on Sundays. So be sure to go there, and they will make you feel welcome.
Pastor Lonnie, he has to be the most incredible person. The sense of humor that he has as an individual to say that he's a pastor, and you be looking at him like, what?
It'd be like so many more people would go to church if you were everybody's
Yes,
pastor.
everybody would-
I know.
yes,
We
yes.
had one of those, Father Bob, and then guess what? He left the priesthood. That's what happens with Catholics. If you're too cool,
Yeah.
there's only so much wiggle room
Yeah.
in
Right.
the Catholic
Yeah.
Church. So
Yeah.
boom, he was gone.
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm glad that Lonnie can stay.
He
and do his thing.
he does a tremendous
He's
job.
amazing.
Yeah.
He's wide open, like
Right.
anybody.
That's so
Yep,
good.
he's great.
And we have Lefty Lucy's Burlesque Bingo as a sponsor, where once a month, Let's Talk About It, is the opening act. And no, I don't do the burlesque, so you can still come to the show. But go on to Burlesque Bingo NOLA, eventbrite.com, and get your tickets, because especially for September the 13th, they are going really, really fast. And if you're local, I don't know, and please don't get mad. Lefty if I say it wrong, but it's like if you're local, you get like a huge discount off of your ticket. So go online and get your tickets now, especially for September the 13th.
That's
And you'll
awesome.
get 2 shows for the price of one. You'll get to come see our show at 5 because we start earlier that day.
Nice.
And then Lefty starts at 6, her and Eddie Lockwood.
See, again, I can't just keep not talking about my age, but being elderly that I am,
Okay.
I like the idea of a burlesque show starting at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Could everything start at 6 o'clock?
I wish.
Like, even when you did your 80s nights, I would almost make it, but you would start like the late hour of like 9 o'clock.
Oh God, that's forbidden.
I know. I guess so. I can't
Do
have
like
my.
a matinee.
I guess at 1. Okay, y'all. Let's shake it up here for 1 o'clock. 1.
2
I'll see
p.m.
the rest
2
of y'all
p.m. is
at
fine.
9.
When they're crawling out the page at 6.
Right, yeah.
we'll
she
make
could-
it for 1.
She,
Yeah.
she couldn't hang. Oh, right. She just thinks, 6 p.m. They come crawling out at 6 a.m. Right. And I'd like to announce our very newest sponsor, JPAS.
That is right, sister. Yes, thank you for asking us.
Of
to
course.
become
And
a
thank
partner.
you.
Yeah.
Partner.
Boom.
That's
There
how we
it is.
roll.
There it is.
There it is. So really excited about all that. And if you have a pen and paper, if not, just listen. This Saturday at 8 p.m. at DMAX. That's the corner of, what is that? Norman C. Francis and, what is that street?
Canal
Tulane.
Street.
Huh?
It's Canal Street.
Yeah, it's over that area.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's on the
DMAX,
corner.
our son's band will be playing, Pocket Chocolate will be playing there at 8 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Ooh.
And they're also going to be playing at, I don't know the date. but at
Would they
Fred's.
consider playing at 8 a.m. for me?
Oh, they may. 7 a.m. just
You
to
can go to the
really-
rehearsal at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you. And they'll also be playing at Fred's in Baton Rouge.
Oh,
So I said, well, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
that is.
that's cool.
So thank you to all of our sponsors. You know how much I love you and appreciate y'all for everything that y'all do for us. And let's talk about TikTok a moment.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I'm not on TikTok.
I don't know.
Not yet.
I don't know what happens.
Not yet, but I'm
I don't know
working
what
on it.
I don't
happens
even.
there.
I don't even.
You know how I
don't
see
even have an
TikTok?
account.
When somebody copies a TikTok video to Facebook,
Yeah,
that's how I see TikTok.
That's how I do it too.
That's how I see it too. Because now my wife, she has a TikTok channel. I do not.
I don't either.
I do the Facebook thing where you scroll
Yeah.
up and thing. Well, they started this new trend, and I got to thinking about me and you, Willie. They'll put like the kid in the middle, and the mom's here, and the dad's here, or the brother's here, or the sister, and then they run, and then they see which one the kid will run off to see, I guess, who.
Who they're aligned with?
Yeah,
more?
like who
an
they're
ally.
Like one
If
had
they have
pizza.
to choose, it's like Sophie's Choice, but for parents.
I'm thinking we're not gonna do that.
Well, I didn't say we were, but I'm just saying I was watching one earlier, and like
We
one
could
of them
try
had
it
like
right here and see.
like where you run. Look.
At 10 in the morning.
10 in the morning,
It
I'll
would
be
have to
like,
be at
go
10
with
in the
Willie.
morning.
He's like one of them, they had like a pizza, like a box of pizza.
Okay.
And the kid still ran with the mom. I've been like, I went with
Wow.
a pizza. Yeah.
So
There
it's
you
sort of
go.
a moral
they-
ethics test too, or something. It's
Well,
just
I didn't
that
want to get
loyalty,
heavy into it,
loyalty.
Captain Kirk.
Oh, I'm always on the Enterprise, my friend. It is all you. Star Trek was serious.
I'm a
was very
Trekkie.
political.
I'm a Trekkie to the end.
I mean,
Oh,
that,
yeah?
that,
Oh,
that was
man.
profound.
Yes,
That was
I've seen every episode.
wow.
I have
Twice.
seen maybe 3 in my entire
Yeah.
life. I just use the name, but I'm imposter syndrome with Star Trek.
Yes.
Don't ask me anything too detailed.
Well, I was just wondering, like, if there's anything, like, if TikTok was in y'all's home and y'all did maybe some of the trends that go
No.
on, or is there something?
Well, I
like,
hate the trends, like the school
concert,
trends and the
the-
ugly trends. Because
Oh yeah.
last year when my daughter was in, I think at the start of middle school, it was the year before last maybe, they were having all those horrible trends like trash the bathrooms
Yeah.
Tuesday and
Yeah.
and a few things happened at her school, and then my
That's
husband's a
sad.
teacher, so I was really freaked out because I was like, is this gonna happen? There was there was one that was specifically about attacking teachers.
Yeah, I saw like some of those.
The
that would-
TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, and they
Yes.
a student would video. Of,
Yes,
like beat
somebody
the heck out of
attacking a teacher.
A teacher.
No joke.
Yeah.
So that's what my end all be all of TikTok. I think it's stuff like that. I don't ever think of
Well,
anything great.
in the concerts now where they're throwing things at the performers.
Yes.
I wish somebody would come and
Baby,
throw something
let me
at
tell
me.
you
Let me
something.
tell you. I wish.
You'd be running to the mom with the pizza box.
I'd be like, hold up, is that pizza?
Yeah, maybe you could get a pizza box thrown at you full of pizza.
Yeah, but as long as it's totally loaded. with
Right,
everything, I'm cool.
right.
Look, and like they throw phones and water
Yeah,
bottles. I mean, they
yeah.
got to have stitches and
Yeah.
Cardi B. Who is stupid to throw something at Cardi B?
That part.
And who was stupid enough to throw their phone? They must really hate themselves.
I'd be like, okay. I'd be calling their mama off their phone.
Yeah.
Come get this kid.
Yeah, come get your kid. So I was just wondering because, like me, when I'm watching on Facebook, and
Yes.
Reels, and I brought this up about the show the other day, like I watch them mowing grass. Like
sounds
it's like
peaceful.
Yeah, peaceful. And they're just edging the lawn and real peaceful and cleaning the horse hooves and
Oh, that sounds delightful.
it is. It really is. I'm
Yeah.
like, look at 'em
Meditation
go.
TV.
You got to watch some of the reels on Facebook. Like you say, the little lady, somebody's cutting grass peacefully,
Yeah.
and then out of nowhere, a moose just comes knocks them over.
See?
Well, there you go. Hey, the moose went towards the pizza box. Was what happened.
Just out of nowhere, and I die every time I see something like that because it's
It's
just
funny.
the craziest thing.
Well, today I went and did a radio show. It was really a lot of fun in Covington.
Across the bridge.
Across the bridge. Here's me at 6 a.m, one eye.
These are my people.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I was like, it's like
You got to see
Amy,
the
that's why I said,
sunrise.
Amy,
You
did
could have
see
had
the
a
sunrise?
co-driver.
Right. You know what?
The
You
sun
know,
rose.
let's
Wasn't it
go.
beautiful? Did you just shed a tear when the sun rose above you?
It did actually about happen that way, except the tear part. The tear I did actually. I was just driving and I was like so peaceful, going and I was like, this is nice.
Right.
See, I do that on the causeway.
There's not many people out there.
I do that on the causeway.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you get like mile 10 and
You're in the zone.
in the zone.
And
yeah.
you were right. The sun was
Ah,
like,
see? You could
Yeah.
have a dance party at 6 a.m. when the sun rises.
I think y'all should try that.
I think she should.
October 13th, Friday the 13th.
Oh, is it now?
I
Mark
think
that
y'all should try
down.
that because I won't be there at 6 a.m.
Willie will just be maybe
just going home.
Yeah, going home, maybe.
Oh, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
In outdoor. It's like a prequel. Prequel. Like NyQuil. Prequel.
Prequel.
I'm the prequel dance.
Okay,
party.
well, I guess so. Yeah, you'll be there by yourself.
I'm just warming things
5
up.
p.m.
I'm the happy hour dance time.
Right.
3 to 5.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a lot of good, but I did really, really enjoy being on the show. TC and Jordan. Matter of fact, Jordan's going to be here on Let's Talk About It on September the 6th. Well, next Wednesday.
Yes, with
She is amazing with, she has a record, like writes her own songs and stuff. She's one of the co-hosts of the morning show. So she's going to be on, and then I believe it's September the 20th, TC is going to be on the Paranormal True Crime Show. He actually wrote a book about the X-Man.
I've been
New Orleans.
seeing that title is sitting there, and I was wondering what that was.
He was like kind of looking at the door.
I was like,
yeah.
who wrote that? That's
Yeah,
cool. Okay.
Todd Elliott, TC.
Yeah, okay.
And so, I really, I don't know, I just wanted to bring it up because they're really cool, and I really enjoyed, like, the morning thing. But no, I'm not going to start us off early in the morning, because Jeffrey and I did that for a little while.
Really?
Like, 8 a.m. show started. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I said Altoids and Red Bull were my friends.
When I was in college, I had an 8 o'clock class, and I changed that class so quick. I went twice, a Monday and a Wednesday, and Friday I picked the 3 o'clock class. I can't.
My radio job, I had to be there at 3.
In the morning?
3 a.m. to 9 a.m. was
That's
my
what
radio
spoiled
job.
you. 3 a.m. That's why you, like, yeah, that spoiled you.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have to be at work 6:30.
A.m.?
Yeah, and see, I would
Okay.
rather like get it, like be early and get it done. You get off early, go in early.
Yes,
Early.
that's true.
That's me, and
That's
I
true.
would rather do that. So, all right, now I see that our friend. Let's talk a little bit about our friend Marshall Harris.
Yes.
the New Orleans entertainer.
Who I just saw
Marshall
today
Harris.
because, again, he's wearing several hats. He is our set designer. So I met with him today to talk about some decorations in the lobby that are going to match the set because we're trying to replicate some feel of the lounge in our lobby. And he has been doing an amazing job with our set. He told the funniest story. I will send you this video. Speaking of reels, I'm almost cool enough to be doing reels. And so I videotaped. Is that even the right word? I videotaped.
I think you leave the tape
on my
part off.
Super 8 camera. No.
I think you just say video
Okay,
now.
I videoed.
Yeah. Not
All
the
right,
tape.
I recorded.
Yes,
No, that's even better.
I recorded
Okay.
Marshall telling this amazing story about how the original paper that was on the back of the
Yes.
lounge, that was like the red with the velvety kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's like looking at a photo of it the other day and he goes, I have seen that somewhere. No crap. I almost said that word. He goes, I have that in my closet. He has the exact
You are
same.
kidding.
What?
It is freakish. I made him send me a photo, and they are the same paper because he said it wasn't even. It wasn't. It's like wallpaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same exact design.
I know
Same exact color.
exactly. Yeah.
He pulled it out of his closet, and they are putting it on our set.
That is awesome.
Look
That
for
is
my reel.
awesome.
Look for my
Yeah.
TikTok.
No, I'm on Facebook. I don't.
Yeah. When it gets to Facebook, we'll.
I'll watch the reel on Facebook.
I do
Well,
the
like
reel on
it.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you could do that. Well, because, I mean, Marshall, he's so talented. And just,
He
you know,
is
he plays
delightful.
Buddy
He
the
plays
bartender.
Buddy, and so he's just jamming on the piano, and he's just holding court because that's what Buddy did at the bar, and it's delightful. He's so tall too. Every time I see him, I'm like, you're so tall. So when he's playing Buddy and he like stands up from the piano, it's like, oh, I mean, you can see him in those photos. He's just like this god, you know. But I love watching him perform, but I love talking to him about everything because he's helping me with marketing. He's just doing everything, you know, because this is what he does. He does events.
Yeah.
He does everything. So, yeah, no, he's been my go-to for quite a few things. He's connected me with a lot of people. He's the reason that we have No Age as our partner for opening night. We're given partial proceeds
I
from
love
opening
Jim.
night. Yeah, so I met Jim through Marshall. No, I really love Marshall. I can't wait to work with him on other stuff, but you're going to love him in this show because he's the piano man.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Marshall, he's, like you said, he's, you know, our just recent King of Winter Wonderland,
Yes.
which I'm about to kick that off towards the end of September. Willie's like, help me God, but it's coming, y'all. So y'all just buckle up because you know how crazy I get. So I'm just waiting towards a little bit more toward the end of September, and we're gonna get that kicked off. But yeah, Marshall is like multi talented. And have you ever been to his home?
No, but he was describing it to me today when he was talking about all of his decorations, which is why he had that red wallpaper. Someone got that for him as a gift to say that he needed to put that around his vanity, he said. So, no, he described it, though.
His
Big
home
open.
is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all, like white furniture, all that red, black, right there on Bayou St. John. Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh,
We've actually, I mean, I've been there for parties and stuff, but we've actually filmed the show there a few times too. It was really good.
amazing.
Yeah.
All things lead back to him. He's like our Kevin Bacon in New Orleans.
Is it?
He is.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is he?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's a compliment.
No,
Am I
I wouldn't
showing my
think
age
so.
again?
Right,
Is
that
not
is.
everybody, is the Kevin Bacon like an old...
Yeah, like
reference?
the 6. Okay, fine. I'm 80. Okay, everybody.
No, I'm making fun of myself. I thought they were Blank Stares with Kevin Bacon. I'm like, surely you know Kevin Bacon.
Yes. the
No,
six-
but seriously,
the degrees of separation.
I know, but I can't believe I hadn't met Marshall till now because I've heard about him.
I can't believe that either. Are you
Isn't that
sure?
weird?
I
No.
think maybe.
I probably
don't know
did,
about
but
you.
it was probably in the afternoon. And I was
Probably
drunk.
after 6
You was thinking about napping and everything.
Right. So let's look here. Y'all are going into y'all's 46th season.
Isn't that crazy?
That is
Wow.
amazing.
78, he started.
Now, these on the back of here, this is just
Yes.
some that'll be in Metairie, and then y'all also have some in Westwego.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. This
Let's
came
talk
off
about
of a
that.
poster I think we did for just Jefferson Performing Arts Center. So that's where our big musicals are staged. In Westwego, we have Steel Magnolias starting right on the heels. Oh, look at that.
Boom.
So Steel Magnolias is right on the heels of the view upstairs. So you can go from the musical back to the 80s. We start in the 70s with the view upstairs. Steel Magnolias, 80s. And then we have Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein. Everybody knows that movie. It's a hilarious musical that I think was on Broadway in 2018 or something. So it's still pretty new. Looped is about Tallulah Bankhead.
I saw that. And
You
I
did?
Am,
Did you
no,
see it
I'm
with
not-
Valerie Harper? Oh, no, you saw. Okay, I'll shut up.
Calm down. Calm down.
I thought you saw the original.
Oh,
No, she just did it. She
no,
just did
I was
it like
I
5
saw
years
that
ago.
and read the description. Excuse me, y'all. I read the description about Loot and thought, Oh, that would be really interesting to go see.
You know what? You can come see it as my guest.
Okay, well, we're even now.
You can bring 17 guests. But no,
Willie,
so
let's go.
Leslie,
Brandon, Lorelai, let's go.
yeah, everybody for the next block is coming as your guest.
Yes.
To Lula Bankhead, hilarious. The script is completely R-rated and sometimes X-rated because that lady had a pouty mouth and it is hysterical. I have to keep saying in so many ways on the marketing materials, like, don't bring the kids. Because she is so funny. So yeah, it's basically based on a real story where she had to redo a line in a movie, but it took her all day because she was drunk. She was doing all kinds of stuff. She would just leave the studio. They wouldn't know where she went. Like,
Girl was a mess.
she was a big old mess, and it was one line. And then you start to realize she's just messing with the guy, and she starts to, she's trying to get some information out of him. You find out. I won't give you the ending, obviously. But no, that is super fun, and it's like a one-woman show with a few, the sound engineer and her, played by Leslie Castet.
All right, and now we got the Nutcracker.
Yes, that is our tradition, and that is just for 2 days. You really got to get your tickets because people actually, let's be honest, the cast is almost 60 people. So just the cast alone's family coming almost sells it out. So you got to really get on that. But it's beautiful. It's with Jefferson Ballet Theater. So they're actually auditioning right now. FYI, September 9th and 10th, auditions for the Nutcracker.
Let's go, Willie.
Okay, with your underwear.
Didn't you do the leather?
You could do, there's the Nutcracker. You could be the Mouse King.
There I am. And then Willie, did they have something where Willie can fall
Yeah, I'll be one of the big nutcrackers.
The big nut.
Yeah, the Nutcracker gets broken.
Yeah, see? And then you just like carry it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you break
That'll be my second time on
No, but
stage.
y'all do
being
have
carried off.
auditions for
You
like
do.
different plays.
So you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because we have auditioned everything this summer except we haven't auditioned for Noises Off yet.
That's another one I'm interested in.
Yes. I never saw, I want to watch the movie. The movie has like Carol Burnett and all
Yes.
these.
Oh, goodness.
And the
So-
cast from the original, I'm like, it sounds hysterical. So that one we haven't auditioned yet. So that probably auditions will be held in October for that one. So pay attention. But we did cast Jesus Christ Superstar. We had another round of auditions for that.
I've never seen that.
I finally watched that
yeah.
movie, speaking of, because I had never seen that, which is embarrassing but true.
Samesies.
Okay, so watch it. It's a hoot. It is, again, the 70s. What the fun fact, that came out the year that JPAS was founded, 78.
Oh, so 46 years.
That's right.
And then we have, looks like Dr. Martin.
Yes, Martin Luther King. So when that was on Broadway, MLK was played by Samuel Jackson. Can you imagine?
And
Wow.
I'm going to do you know Samuel L. Jackson and I sound exactly alike?
I know that you look like
I
him.
met him at my brother's award banquet in Morehouse College.
Wait a second. I'm not joking that we have not cast that yet, and she's doing auditions for that now.
I did in junior high. I have a dream.
I'm feeling it.
I have a dream in a play in junior high.
We are seriously going to talk about this because they have not gotten a big response. Because who wants to? I mean,
Yeah,
that role.
Yeah.
We're not like people are not banging down the doors
Yeah.
to. Okay, we got to talk because seriously. And then the woman who plays the maid, it's kind of hard to see in that image, but it's a beautiful. Katori Hall is an amazing writer. So the story is about this encounter that he has the night before he's assassinated with this maid who turns out to be a messenger of sorts. So it's I won't tell you anymore, but it's amazing. So
Willie, you could be in that.
I am actually really excited about this because we're like, can you get Wendell Pierce on the phone? Like we're trying to figure out because it's like that big of a role. You have to carry the whole show. She comes in and out and she has her moments, but it is MLK for almost 2 hours. So
Wow.
I think you can handle that.
Here, sign this contract.
Wait, miss.
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get it.
I'm wet underwear.
Oh,
That's right. Don't stand up.
right. Okay, got you.
Don't no.
So, that's a great lineup, but y'all have
It's-
more coming too, or just
Well, we have if you go to jpass.org, you will notice that we have piled on everything from our shows to the visiting shows. So the shows that we are bringing to JPAC will blow your mind because as the new managers of it, we are really trying to generate more excitement and interest, and you will notice it because we have Grand Kiev Ballet, we have ABT Studio Theater, we have the Blind Boys of Alabama, we have
I've heard of
Who's
them.
Live Anyway, we have, I mean, it is like everything from comedy to concerts and everything in between. Lightwire Theater, which is a local theater that's doing this beautiful Tortoise in the Hare. So it's like everything, and so almost every weekend we have something there. If we're not engaged with the theater, we have something that's visiting.
Well, I tell you
awesome.
what, I'm really, of course, I want to go see The View Upstairs, Still Magnolias, Loop, Mountaintop, Noises Off.
I think you're going to be at all of them
Okay.
if you're going to be the bouncer.
Somebody, our bouncer here, can you get Captain Kirk?
We need a bouncer for all of
Well,
them.
you know.
No, don't. No.
No, I'm good.
No, you're going to come dressed for the theater.
Yes.
And you're going to sit in the box seat.
Ooh.
In my theater seating position
Yes.
with a tub of popcorn.
Yeah, we will be
like,
selling
"Where's the-
popcorn.
where's
You
the,
laugh.
sugar babies?
I got in so much trouble. I got so excited that I finally had a vendor to sell food and booze at our Westwego theater. It was the wonderful Las Maracas, great Mexican restaurant in Westwego. What does he serve? Of course, things that are easy and things you want, like nachos.
Yeah.
First show out of the gate is a mystery. It's a death trap. Crunch, crunch. My director wanted to kill me. So I was like, I'm sorry. Ixnay on the nachos. So anyway,
He's
no
not from
popcorn
here.
for you.
What?
No, he is, but it was theater, and he used to do drag
I
brunches
get
at our
these big,
theater.
I want, you know that bag that they fill the machine up
Yes.
with? That's what I
Well,
want.
I just want the smell of that.
Yeah,
but
oh, God.
popcorn's messy too. No, we don't like popcorn.
Okay, well.
Well, y'all don't want
You've
nachos.
noticed at the Sanger they sell gummy bears. We're moving towards things like,
What about the booze part?
I can do that.
That's what I'm saying.
can
So
do
There's a lot of booze. And the night of opening night, we have Happy Raptor sponsoring it, and they're going to be giving out these amazing cocktails that are called Paradise Cocktails based on the song from the play. So
wow.
the opening night is a big deal because we have all this complimentary food and drink for the after party. Messina's is kicking in some really delicious bites. Haydell's Bakery's doing petit fours, and Happy Raptor's doing their hibiscus lemonade cocktails and mocktails.
do we get to go to that or no?
You're invited to that. I mean, I thought I sent you my little opening night
sorry, I was
VIP
sorry.
pass.
I just wanted you to say it.
I'm going to need you to start reading your emails.
I guess so, yeah,
We're missing out on things
We
here.
are evidently.
Goodness.
No, but that sounds like a lot of fun. And do y'all do like a red carpet entrance, or y'all just kind of?
We will, thanks to Marshall, who keeps reminding me of, like, he's like, drapery, this, you know what I mean? And
I can see Marshall drapery.
more fabric, instead of like more cowbell.
Fussy.
More
Walking
fabric, more lights, more
a
fabric.
roll of drapery.
So,
Yeah,
right.
this
It
up.
will probably not be a red carpet. It'll probably be a silver carpet with sparkly. It's a disco theme, so
I
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I have enjoyed our conversation. I mean, I
Hi,
think
thank
that
you.
we covered JPAS like for.
The
Still
year.
Yeah.
We've got every month on here. We've
I
covered
mean,
for
my
the
day,
year.
my days are all to book.
Mm-hmm.
Willie's, Brandon's, everybody's.
I got to go shopping.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? I mean, you got the jacket. What was that? And it was very nice. You went and you remember you got.
Where was I?
I don't know. We go to so much, but I remember it was last year, and you got this really sharp jacket. It was purple.
Oh, yeah, it was
I
that
was going to
purple
say, was
jacket.
it purple?
Yeah.
It
Wait a
was,
second. You
yes.
didn't get it at Muse on
No.
Jackson Square. Okay, there's a purple jacket. She sells all these amazing jackets. And as soon as you said jacket, I was going to shout out purple, but I held my breath.
I can tell you exactly where it was. It was for the bar crawl we did at Frank's house.
Yeah, the Grand Reveler
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But I got it at this tuxedo place in Kenner. Somebody told me to go out there because they have all these
the tuxedo
tuxedo
to go?
to go.
Yes.
That's where I got
Remember
that
you
from.
called and the
Yes.
line was
Yes,
like out the
down the
door and
street.
you called and they were like, Willie's like, I ain't doing that line. But I just remember
Yeah.
that you looked really,
Yeah.
you always look good, but I mean, you
That
look
was
really,
a
really
snazzy
sharp.
jacket.
You guys need to dress fancy when you come. You
Yeah.
don't, not
Oh,
every.
well.
I'm not saying JPAC is like all bougie. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that'd be so fun. I
Yeah.
love going to. I remember when my Abby was 11 when I first started working there, 10 or 11, and she helped usher, and she just kept commenting, I love everybody's outfits. Like, I guess I hadn't taken her a lot of places where people dressed up. She was just like, everybody looks so interesting. I'm like, yes, they do at the theater. At the theater.
So, yeah, we'll come dressed.
Come make a splash, especially for this show. Please come in your disco.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely. All right, I pull my wig out.
Yes.
No,
You got a wig?
for the big wig contest that they do every year, I was invited to that party up on Britannia Street, and it's called a big hair something, but it's a fundraiser. And Bobby and I wore these big red wigs, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I love your wig," and just all kind of stuff.
Well, so you need to help me. I'm gonna have you guys help me with every show's like super fun parts, like the opening nights. So for Steel Magnolias, we're gonna have a big hair contest because I went there the other night to the rehearsal, and she was teaching them how to tease hair and do all the big hair,
Oh,
like
wow.
at
Right,
Truvy's
and you know what
beauty
I
spot.
say?
Yeah.
The bigger the hair, the closer to Chalmette.
Oh my God! Drop the mic.
Maybe I should let Shelmations in for free for Steel Magnolias.
I mean, that's against my show. Nothing against
They're
this.
still voting for me, Gay Man
Some
of
of
the
my
Year.
best friends
That's
are
Over the
Shelmations.
Chalmette.
we're waiting on the votes from Chalmette.
Shelmet, you heard it here first. If you email me, amy@jpas.org, I'll give you a free ticket to Steel Magnolias.
There you go.
Really?
see?
Sure.
Aren't you from Chalmette? No.
You gotta show me your ID.
And the hair.
Tilly.
But
And
you got to
your
have big
hair.
hair, too.
The only time I ever went to Houston, I saw that. I saw big hair. Like, I didn't know that was a real thing. But
It's
the
a
Texas
real,
hair,
and especially in
the
Texas.
Texas
like,
hair blew my mind. It was real.
and it's
it-
curl really tight.
Yes, and there was
Yeah.
like a lot of hairspray involved.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
the
was,
Aquanet flows.
Yes,
Yes.
I was
Go to
stunned.
Nashville.
Oh, you're right.
I'm telling.
I've driven through Nashville, but I never stopped.
You gotta
long enough
stop.
to see the hair. I guess
You gotta stop. I don't see how like they see out the rearview mirror behind them because the hair is
like country.
country.
Like
Okay,
Loretta.
so
and
it's like
Dolly.
Grand,
Yeah.
Grand Ole Opry.
It's
Grand Ole
a
Opry.
real thing.
Yep. Okay. Well, right. Dolly has her hair. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
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 But even Dolly now is kind of calmed down.
Well,
Yeah.
of course she's what 90. Well,
If Dolly Parton is watching, you have a free ticket to Steel Magnolias also. Thank you. Right?
Anyone over 90 has a free
Right.
ticket to Steel
Anybody that we have offended on the show, like who have we all offended? The people who
can
did the
only
graffiti
imagine.
on
we
the
got a
wall.
list.
Oh no, those people you don't get a free
Oh,
ticket.
I
if
don't
you
get one.
graffiti.
Not the meanies.
Who else?
Not the meanies.
Not the meaning ones.
Right.
Anyone else that we've offended?
Anyone who we've offended,
Yes.
amy@jpas.org, just write to me. Captain Kirk.
Right. CaptainKirk.com. Thank you.
That's right. My email's Captain Kirk
Just
at
beam me
Captain
up.
Kirk.
How
Right.
about that? I sang on the Grand Ole Opry stage when I was in college.
I am fascinated by Grand Ole because again, I'm one of those people I like old country.
Yeah.
So I would love to go to the Grand Ole Opry and
Like
see
George
we-
Jones, Tammy Wynette,
yes,
like that. Back,
Loretta
yeah.
Lynn, the
We
real
Oh, I love
Johnny
Loretta Lynn.
Cash, the real deal.
We saw a country show, and then we sang the next New Year's Eve, as a matter of fact, on the stage.
What haven't
at
you
Grand Ole.
done?
I don't know. It's like,
I mean, we're sitting here and
Everything-
like,
and all
you're-
this stuff just keep coming up.
Right,
and I'm like,
you're
I
that
did
guy.
I
this.
won.
Right.
I won an
Yeah.
Academy
But you've
Award.
never thought about it. Someone brings something up and you remember, then you go
Yeah.
on with your daily life.
Yeah.
Willie's
You're like, I'm
badass.
so bored. I'm so
Yeah.
bored. Then you realize you've covered it all.
I've really lived a good life.
You better write it
Yeah.
down.
That's a good movie too.
Drink too much to write stuff down. I need to walk
You just
around
need
with an
someone
old.
else to write it
you remember
down
the little
for you.
cassette recorders you used to walk around?
do.
I had one.
I had one.
I was at JPAS.
I used to record in front of the TV with my cassette player, an old MTV. I would put down my little cassette player and record.
Yeah,
Or like
I did that on the radio.
on the radio, and you
Yes.
would like want
Yeah.
the DJ to shut
Yeah.
up so you can.
Yeah.
play the-
Man,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
half our listeners don't even know what a cassette
They don't know.
player
Y'all
is.
Google that, kids. Right.
You use your fingers.
Right.
Half
just
our
hit this
listeners
button?
don't have a clue what we're talking about.
And the other half will pretend that they
Yes.
don't know.
Right.
So
Yes.
thank y'all. Thank you, Amy, so much.
thank you.
Glad
I
y'all
love-
are
I love
on
hanging
board
out
with
with you
us.
too.
And
Thank
we
you.
want to be. We're glad that we're on board with y'all. Thank
Yes.
you for all the promo.
Yes, I have
And we'll
more.
get these around.
Yep.
Thank you.
And y'all come see the view upstairs, and also these wonderful. All these wonderful plays and more that they have ready for you. Willie, pleasure as always to have you co-hosted with
Thank you,
me.
ma'am.
Thank you for the great job, Brandon and Lorelai.
Yes.
Appreciate y'all right here at Moxie Media Studios.
Beautiful place.
And be sure to take
Hello.
This is just fruit
Enterprise.
juice for y'all who are saying, we know. You don't know nothing. This is fruit juice. Anyway, let's do this. Be sure to tune in next week, September, I think it'll be shown on September the 7th on Thursday.
Our special guest will be.
Our special guest will be, hold up. I know.
Jordan and TC.
No, Jordan is one of them.
Oh, okay.
Jordan Dalton, Rodney Thulion, and I believe he'll be calling in Brian Sands,
Isn't
theater critic.
aren't I sending the playwright and composer of this to you on September
Yes,
6th?
I need names and stuff though.
Max
They'll
Vernon.
also be.
Vernon.
Oh, Max Vernon will also be on the show, and we're just going to have a big banger show with a lot of
Absolutely.
people and stuff. So be sure
Absolutely.
to tune in, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you, and everybody have a good night. Love y'all.
Let's talk